then you'll know everything about this dance. You're gonna get enlightened. You're welcome. Just Dance. That's the little party game that you played at Jessica's birthday party in 5th grade. The one where Jessica kept beating you, and then the one time that you won a game, she threw a fit. Because it's her party, and it's her Wii, so she's the only one who's allowed to win. Now you're no longer friends with Jessica. But did you know that Just Dance was actually sick as hell?
Yeah.
So in 2009, the first Just Dance Wii game came out. It was not very good. It was very old. The guys didn't have faces. Every year, they came out with another game, and the guys got better faces. Now we have the faces in Just Dance 2025. They kept going. I know they're scary. Which leads us into things you're gonna just have to get used to. We got 5 things here. Number 1, everyone looks like this. Most of the time they're white, sometimes they're not white. Why is that one blue? I don't know. I wish it wasn't, because then I would have been able to get him a lot later today.
Why is David Bowie better?
I like this. Sometimes they're anthropomorphic or they're just weird. This is never addressed. You're just like, yeah, that's a character that's talking to David Bowie. Number 2, dancing is everything. If you're in love, you have to dance about it. If you're evil, you have to dance about it. The entire storyline ends with a giant dance battle. That's what you do. It's called Just Dance. If you have a problem with that, you can go play Mario Kart. Number 3, everything in this presentation, unless I explicitly say it's a theory, is 100% canon, made up by the Just Dance team themselves. They had, or maybe still have, someone on their team whose title is the Lore Master. I could not make this stuff up if I tried. And I've tried. Number 4, Miku's not canon. Sorry, but anything with licensed characters is excluded from canon, but sometimes that's a good thing because we don't want any of this. Number 5. Okay. The world of Just Dance is a solar system, and each planet is a different dance verse. That totally makes sense. Doesn't look like this, though. Looks like that. Yeah. There's 10 of them. We've got Dance City. It's a city where you dance. We've got Winter Haven, the snowy cold planet, where that guy that everyone likes is. We've got Sun Horizon, you got the sun, you got the beach, you got flamingos, Wistera, cowboys, Wild West, desert, yeehaw.
Is really enough songs to justify a cowboy world?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We got Cyberpunk, it's cyberpunk but with an F.
Yeah.
Carnivalium, Circus World, I like this one. Wacky Groove, you know how the game is stupid? All the really stupid stuff goes here. Melosia Realms, you got fairy tale vibes and stuff. Eternix, evil land full of evil people and also just goths. And then Flow World, Just Dance has gods. This is where the gods go. So Flow World is called that because everything in Just Dance is powered by magic called the flow, and also friendship. So you dance and it makes magic. It's like the Force if all of the Jedi were like at the disco. Some people can harness the power of the flow to create portals between the different dance verses. So with that you get the Traveler. He's the coach for Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake. Oh, you got a big storm coming. So he's super powerful. He goes around between different dance verses searching for his true love. You can see him in the background of some other songs. They're called maps. There's terminology here. And he's like traveling around through the background, so fun. He meets who he's looking for eventually. Sihan Nova, she's like an alien queen or goddess, I don't know, she's blue. She's the coach for Levitating by Dua Lipa. They dance together in a mix of their 2 worlds to Save Your Tears by The Weeknd. At one point they hold hands. This is the only time they touch, and yet somehow he gets pregnant with a Traveler's baby. Panel, so we're not going to get into it. Anyway, they have a baby, and said baby grows up to become Wanderlust. He's my favorite. He's over there. We're going to get a few things out of the way about him real quick before any of you get any ideas. He's not a Smurf. He's not a Doodlebop. He's not Obama. I showed this to my parents and they said Obama before I could get to that point. Moving on. Wanderlust is the chosen one. He's the prince of the dance verses. He has his mother's telekinesis and his father's ability to open portals. He also has a pet sentient disco ball. Its name is Disco Ball. Now for the actual storyline. So in 2023, the story mode takes the form of a playlist called Enter the Dance Verses. This is Sarah. Yes, she's a real human on Earth. Earth exists. It was on the map. You gotta. I can't do everything for you. You gotta look. Sarah's at the party, and they're playing Just Dance because look at it. Wanderlust reaches through the TV and kidnaps her. But like, it's fun. Look at him. He's great. I love him. Now she's in the dance verses, and she looks like this. She's adorable. Wanderlust shows her around the dance verses while dancing to Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake, because in that song they say the words, just dance. They travel to a bunch of different planets, they meet a bunch of different coaches from a bunch of different maps and different games. It's cute. They have some fun friendship dancing times. No, they don't. Because this lady showed up. And she kidnapped all the friends. No! I love this. And they're like, we gotta stop her. So Wanderlust opens up a portal so that him and Sarah can go begin their quest. Now you're like, who's this lady? Think about it, I need water. The nice one. I know. She's a failed ballerina obsessed with perfection. She's an evil lady. And people like her because, yeah. But I hate her. I hate her so much. She plays, but at what cost? A lot, because these games are expensive. So we see her in her headquarters in Eternix, that's the evil land, Swan Tower. She is sitting on a throne with a dude who we'll get to later. That's the dude, we're going to get to him later. She's got all the coaches that she kidnapped. And she's doing magic to them. What? They're bird people now. She turns people into bird people. This whole army of her bird people slaves or whatever, she calls them her swan soldiers.
But not the birds that she turned back.
I didn't hear that. She can make portals too, apparently. So she's sending all her soldiers to the other dance verses to conquer them, make more bird people. Cool. What are Wanderlust and Sarah going to do about it?
Dance.
Make more friends! Two most important. So imagine a funky mall in Dance City, or if you're not very creative, look at this picture of a funky mall in Dance City. Enter Breziana. Yeah! She leads a bunch of unsuspecting mall-goers in a surprise cardio dancing flash mob. If you believe was physical, it's fun, but it's a lot. She's super cool. It's a fun map, but I need to lay on the floor after it. Wanderlust and Sarah show up. They're like, hey, come join our girl gang. And she's like, okay, blue man. So she's in the girl gang. But they're like, we need another friend. So now imagine you're on the street, and there's this cool person there. They put their headphones in, and they're dance meditating or something. Super cool. This is Mihai. They're super cool. And also, oh my god. They go to Master Panda's temple and they practice the flow. Master Panda. And eventually Master Panda comes with us. And he's like, congrats girlie, you mastered the flow. And they get a little paw print on their shirt, symbolizing that they did it. Yay! It's a good thing they did it because there's a girl gang here who needs their help. Meanwhile, back at Swan Towers, we see this little guy, Sosamon. He's practicing his dancing. But his mom doesn't care. She doesn't love him. And now he's sad. Plot twist, that was actually a flashback. The little guy is now Jack Rose, who is an adult, whose mom still doesn't love him. His mom's the nice one. He's the guy that was next to her on the chair. Jack Rose. I love him a lot. Everyone loves him a lot because we're all on Tumblr. Hello. He's super famous now. He performs a heavily censored version of Bruno Mars' Blocked Out of Heaven to a crowd of his adoring fans. Does a great job. Fantastic. But his mom still doesn't love him. I hate her. I don't care if she plays. I hate her. But while Girl Gang shows up, Wanderlust is like, your mom sucks. You want to join our Girl Gang? He doesn't want to join the Girl Gang. Turns out Jack's concert was at Swan Tower. So now all of the Girl Gang is there to stop Night Swan or something. She's going to do something evil. And what's happening? She's doing magic. My boy. She turns Wanderlust and all of Jack's fans into her Birdman soldiers. No. This boy's horrified. Look at those little pictures. She's sad. So the Girl Gang starts turning birds back into guys using the power of dancing, friendship, blah, blah, blah. Tiny in the background. That's why this picture is so blurry. You know what I'm talking about. Jack stands up to his mother and winds up switching sides. He's like, Mom, you turned all my fans into, like, birds. Who's going to stream my songs on Spotify now? And she's like, I don't know, go cry about it. And then Night Swan sends Birdman Wanderlust to attack him, you know, just sending a big bird monster to, you know, kill your own son. I hate her. I hate her. But Jack saves him with the power of friendship. What? Hold on a second. Let that wait. But like, please, like, I need the red and blue and they stand next to each other. What else do you need? Anyway, with the now fully complete girl gang, Sarah takes on the Night Swan. She dances. And it works. Night Swan runs away. For now. And then they all go party inside the sentient disco ball with a song called If You Want to Party, with beautiful lyrics, move your hips from side to side, peanut butter jelly time. That, you know, really fine, dip, baby, dip. This song was on my 2023. I want to say it's a good song, but I listened to it a lot, and then Sarah goes home to her. So that's the story for 2023. But I told you guys to stop screaming, and you're still screaming. You're like, what happens next? But first, aside from story mode, every map from Just Dance 1 to 2025 has its own coach with lore and stories, and sometimes they connect with other coaches and other maps. And who cares about this? About 5 people on Tumblr. So I'm going to tell you about some other coaches first. This is just all you little babies care about. And this is the bride. I know, that was a quieter yell. Support women. It's from the first game. Wow. They meet and fall in love in the background of Last Friday Night. Yeah. And then they go on to have their own duet map together, Sugar by Maroon 5. They were going to get married, but then we got the map for Sweet But Psycho, where the bride is destroying the wedding chapel. She's having a meltdown. Apparently, Hot and Cold was about her being left at the aisle. She was left at the aisle before, and it happened again, so now she's freaking out. And then her student runs in at the end, and he's like, what the hell happened? So he was just late? What? And brighter news. This is Grace, the coach for Thank You Next. And in the song, it says that she's now with a girl named Ari who taught her how to love herself. This could be just Ariana Grande talking about self-love, but that would make sense. The coach for Good For You is named Ari. And at the end of Thank You Next, it shows the pictures of them together inside of Grace's locker. They're girlfriends, and they're yeah, that happens. Next up, the map for Telephone. All of the Lady Gaga coaches from every game break out of prison. In the beginning, you see Night Swan's hands while they're all lined up in the line. This can only mean one thing. Night Swan is kidnapping Lady Gaga. Why is Night Swan kidnapping Lady Gaga? Here's the theory. What if Lady Gaga was Jack Rose's dad? Okay, what if Jack Rose's dad was a Gaga coach? That makes more sense. Okay. Maybe Night Swan is kidnapping all of his Gaga coaches to lead her to Jack's dad because she's lonely. So there's not many male Gaga coaches to pick from, so I lined them all up. None of them are really good options. These two, stupid outfits. These two, less stupid outfits, but they're backup dancers, and Night Swan has standards. That one might be a child, I don't know. This guy, I think he's cool, just because I like red and blue, so he's allowed. And then that guy, his name is John Dance, and he scares me. So our options are, is that guy, it's some new Gaga coach who we haven't seen yet, or one of the femme Gaga coaches is trans, and Night Swan just doesn't recognize her because they transitioned after they broke up, or it's none of these, and I'm insane. Don't worry. Plenty of other series. If you see a Matt video about Just Dance, don't watch it. It's so bad. Yeah, it's bad. One coach that people think could be Jack Rose's dad. Cygnus, the coach for Beggin' by Måneskin. He's an inventor who worked for Night Swan. He built her clock tower trap. What clock tower trap? The one that Blake and Liv were trapped in the map for Bring Me to Life. That's right, the M&S. This is the part where I remind you all of this is explicitly canon. I could not make this up if I tried. So, Cygnus now regrets the evil that he's done, and so he joins the Just Dance version of Eurovision. Maybe it's nice one he's singing too? I don't know, but I mean, slay. Another coach people think could be Jack's dad, Captain Crimson from Sail by AWOL Nation. Why? Because he has red hair and it would be cool if Jack's dad was a pirate. Now we can go back to story mode. I'm really tired. Just Dance Part 2. This deserves a font background change, not because those used to be two PowerPoints and I splashed them together and was too lazy to make them match. Just Dance 2024 edition, or as I like to call it, Just Dance Trauma edition. This one's wild. So this year's story mode is called Dance with the Swan. We start off with the map for Cantite. We see the Traveler standing on a balcony in his home, the Spacetime Hotel. But then we're like, Traveler doesn't have yellow gloves. Like, what? Because it's not a Traveler, it's Wanderlust. He's so silly. He's so silly. He's wearing dad's clothes. He's so silly. I love him. Side note. So he's wearing his dad's cape. Is that a metaphor for him growing into his place as the future king and the chosen one? Like, that's cute, right? We're proud of him? Not necessarily. Quick note about the game. Things that gamers probably know. I don't know. There's like avatars you can unlock when you get achievements and events and stuff. Gamer words. With the release of 2024, they gave us a new Wanderlust avatar called the Chosen One. Also, like, he got buffed. Like, what happened there? Hello? Every avatar comes with a quote. Wait, Dad! I know. Jack's quote is very emo. It's with a mother like mine who needs enemies. And I just think that. But then also there's a baby Jack avatar where his quote is, "No one's perfect, but my mom says we're not trying hard enough." Did I break something? Please send him to therapy. I'm sad. He doesn't get therapy, he gets my fanfiction. Anyway, for the new Wanderlust avatar, it's, what if I choose not to be chosen? Don't I get a say? Happy Sunshine Boy has angst. He doesn't want to be the chosen one. This didn't really come into play anywhere, but like, it's good to know for the future, and also for my fanfiction. So Wanderlust has a fun little dance party in his dad's house. Just dances, roll credits while he portal FaceTimes all his friends to dance with them. So cute, so fun. He dances with his boyfriend. Oh my gosh, I love this map. And I think this just kind of happens all the time. Traveler comes downstairs, like, son, it's 4 in the morning. Why are you having a rave? And he's like on Zoom with his friends, and he's like, and I think you should do it forever. At the end of the song, he tosses disco ball over to Sarah. What? It was nice one pretending to be Sarah, and now she's got the disco ball. Mean old lady next door stole his balls. And then she takes disco ball, and she turns him evil. Next map. So we see Sarah playing Just Dance at a party with her friends again. Last time she was just sitting on the couch watching them play, but now she's playing because she has character development, she has confidence, and that's so cute. And also there's a band in the background to remind her of Mihai because she loves her friends and he's so cute. And who looks at this frame for more than 5 seconds? Me! Wanderlust is back, and he's like tossing over a disco ball to her, but girl, that's not Wanderlust. I can't say that word. Oh no, she's trapped in Nice One basement. Alexa played Billie Eilish's You Should See Me in a Crown. I hate this map. Nice One proceeds to then magically puppeteer Sarah's body, which is kind of horrifying. Oh, she's turning her evil. Wanderlust sees her continuing to fight the spell through a portal. So that's not good. This is bad. We need to assemble a girl gang. So, where's Liana? She's chilling at the beach. She's leading a funky workout session, as she does. I assume that's all she does. Hello? Uh-oh! She's back! Turning people into bird guys again, because that's what she does. But Rosianna's able to save them with the power of friendship, dancing, and Kelly Clarkson's What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. Wanderlust shows up. He's like helping a girl gang crisis, but he doesn't look happy. He was smiling last time, and now he looks serious. He never looks that serious. This is bad. So let's see how Miha's doing. This is Never Be Like You by I Don't Remember. We see Mihai in their apartment, and they're tearing down a Night Swan poster. So apparently they used to be a fan of Night Swan. Yo! This also didn't come into play yet for anything, but it hopefully will in the future. And in my fanfiction. We're gonna dance meditate about it. That's what they do. They go to Master Panda's temple again. They have a self-actualization moment with the flow. They self-actualize so hard that they turn into a panda. I guess. Also, Night Swan's watching all of them through disco ball, like a crystal ball, so like that's not good. Nothing's good. Wanderlust shows up at the end. He's like, good on you, you're a furry now. Live your truth, but please help. One more member of the girl gang to collab. Tumblr needs you. Wanderlust calls for Jack's help while he's brooding at his mom's house. But his mom distracts him with magic, so he misses it. She shows him a magic reflection in a mirror. He's also mirrors the water. And Cute Treasure by Bruno Mars, where an evil mirror version of Jack Rose shows him who his mom wishes he was. Excuse me? He dances with a bunch of egotistical copies of himself. It's really funny. It's a fun map, but also, what is wrong with you? That's your boy? Your boy? At the end, it even shows Swan Tower turns into a big statue of himself because he's like the heir to her empire. It's the whole thing. And then it's really messed up. And Jack's like, that was really messed up. So next up, we got a pretty sick remix of Swan Lake. It's battle time. Brief, that's when the girl gang shows up to Swan Tower because Jack never got the message, and Night Swan uses Sarah to lure them inside. And it's a big old trap, of course. The Swan children are just showing up, there's spooky magic on the floor. This is bad. Wanderlust starts dancing to fight the spell and save Sarah. Also, yes, her design does slay. Yo. He gets caught by the magic. Why does this keep happening to him? Also, it's kind of horrifying because you can see him like fighting and getting weaker and losing control of his body, and that's my boy, don't you? That's it. Anyway, Graziana is so good at friendship that it makes hearts when she puts her arms out, I guess. So she's gonna take over and she's gonna fix this, but she gets caught by the magic too, so she doesn't. But Mihai just unlocked extra flow magic, so they turn into a panda. And they get caught by the magic too. But just before they lost, they sent out like a magic thing, which is a message sent over to Jack, who's like, now you guys text me. So now he can look through the little message, which is actually a portal, over to where they are, so that he can see all his friends, and they all get turned evil. Ah! This is bad. But that's why they left Jack separate, because he's gonna save them at the last minute. He's like the guy, that word. So he's gonna fix them. Last map, super sick metal cover of Tainted Love. It was a cover made by Ubisoft, and usually all the Ubisoft covers are like really bad and really cringy, but like this one's actually really good. And I only had one friend tell me it sounded like Kids Bop, and she's wrong. So this is the map where Jack saves all of them. No, it's not. Tainted Love is just a map where the evil girl gang and Night Swan rocks out and celebrates the victory. She takes them all away in a boat, and Jack runs to save them, but he's too late. And that's it, that's the end of the story. They just left it there. They just leave it they're playing, and then that's it. I will give you a moment to appreciate their evil designs, because yes, again, slay. Graziana, she looks like a punk Pokemon trainer. I love it. Mihai looks like what the panda form should have been, because the panda thing, it's like you've got the fursuit, but they cut the head off and replaced it with a CGI panda face that looks kind of scary. So they could have gone with this. And then Wanderlust. I mean, I will say, you cannot put that man in long pants. How dare you? That's a short boy through and through, and this is abuse. But like, he looks really good, and I hate that he looks really good. None of them should look that good. They should be like this, and they should be happy and smiling with each other, and I want them back, and that's that, and I want you to kick me. And I'm really sad. So that's the 2024 story mode. And now you're what else did we find out in Distance 2024? I'm so glad you asked. First of all, every Britney Spears coach is the same person. Agent B. Also Agent D. This is also Agent D. We are all Agent D. So Toxic was a map in Just Dance 2. Since the game was still newish, they had to use a lot of covers of songs. The one for Toxic was so bad, like nails on a chalkboard bad. And so they made a new one in 2023 with the real song, and it slapped. In that one, we meet Agent D, who is a secret agent on some mission on a plane, and she goes through costume changes. And then 2024, we get Gimme More revealing that she also disguises herself as every other Britney coach since Just Dance 2. Sure. Also, this guy's here. He's from 2017. He was the pilot of the plane in Toxic, and then Gimme More just kind of like follows her around. I think he's just like a simp. I don't know. But he's not a simp. So, remember the girlfriends from 2023? Because that was like 5 minutes ago. I'd be concerned. They got backstories. So, the map for Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo shows them at prom in these funky outfits, very Disney Channel. They're really sad. Apparently, Grace's boyfriend broke up with her right after they got voted prom king and queen. Teen drama, but then they dance together, and now they're happy. And they're really cute. They make a heart with their hands, and then they touch their foreheads, and that gets cut out in some countries. It's also like getting dumped at prom and then getting yourself a goth girlfriend. At least someone's having a good time in this game, because I'm sure not. You know who else is having a good time? This guy. Yeah. So we waited a year to find out what happens to the bride of our student's wedding. Did they tell us? No, of course not. But we got to see how the student is coping with the whole thing. So we're going to do a pop quiz. Do you think he A, found a new girlfriend, B, started couples therapy, or C, did a magical girl emo transformation and had a breakdown to fall in love? I hate it here. So he dances dramatically in the destroyed wedding chapel. He thinks about his ex. He does the leg thing to Fall Out Boy. And we did get confirmation he was just late to the wedding. So like, why? Time for another series. Remember all the next one, kidnapped all the Lady Gaga coaches? Again, I'm concerned if you don't. So right before they broke out of jail, Icona Pop, the coach for Just Dance, the song Just Dance in the game Just Dance, was on the phone with someone. We were told that the person she was talking to was either another Gaga coach or someone from the stained glass windows in the song Just Dance in the game. That's a lot of coaches. And I'm not going to find pictures of all of them because that's a lot of coaches. So I did find pictures of all of them. It took a while. He's in there! He's in there! So maybe he was late to the wedding because he was trying to break the Gaga coaches out of jail. Would that be a good enough excuse for her? Who knows? They won't tell us. Also, backstory. He's probably not Jack Jack. But they didn't explicitly say he wasn't, which means like he still could be. I should write a thing about it. But we did see him before in Just Dance 2. He was one of the coaches for Jump in the Line. He and his crew went on a journey into this cave with a mysterious portal, and then they weren't seen for years. But then the ship reappears, and Captain Crimson's the only one left, and it was all on fire. And all he could remember was something about a forgotten queen. What, forgotten queen? I forgot. Oh. From Just Dance 2022, Human. Very cool map, very spooky, very difficult, very cool. So I guess she's evil, and like she killed all Captain Crimson's friends. Like that kind of stuff. Whoa. We also have a pseudo-canon explanation for who this lady is, though, because the lore master told us, but not until after she stopped working there, so, Schrodinger's canon. This is Calypso and Triton, the coaches for Crevenza. They're like a king and queen of Meloja realms, or fish or something, and they also had a daughter, apparently. And then these are the coaches for Black Mamba. Evil Gorgons, they're like Gorgons, but evil. Apparently, they were like jealous of Calypso and Triton's daughter because she was better at dancing than them. I don't know what she looks like, but that's a dancing that's sure. They don't like her. So they cursed her and turned her into a spooky monster. Whoa! So I guess that's that. I don't know. Also, there's a jester to talk about. I like him a lot. This is Ilukim, the coach for Arcada by Gloria Groove. Another they, them. Yeah! They created this place in Carnivalium called the Maze of Illusions. And people go through this maze, and iffy messes with their psyches. So at the end of the maze, their psyches have been altered. I'm sorry, what? But like they play, so like they can do whatever they want. Also, I like them because they're played by the same guy who plays one of my all-time favorite characters, Luke Cypher, Dancing Disco Devil. He's a drag king, at least in my mind, and I have a lot more I want to yell about, but I had to cut it for time, so just look at him. That's my boy! The coach for Funhouse actually went through Luke's phase. Came out looking like that. So like I think they psychologically alter people in a bad way, but that doesn't look great. But like she could have been worse. I don't know the story. Also, we have to talk about Clementine. Everyone loves Clementine. This is Avery, Little Sia. She's a Just Dance YouTuber / streamer. She is also the lore prophet. She makes a bunch of lore videos, and she's gotten exclusive info directly from the team. Super fans since the first game. They named Sia Nova after her. Her dream since she was a child was to be in Just Dance, and they put her in Just Dance. And she made a whole little documentary about her journey of becoming a coach, and she was so happy, and it was important to her, and it made me emotional. And I don't know this lady, but I'm hoping she's having a good day. And she killed it. Like it wasn't even like, oh look, they put her in there and she danced. No, she was so good, and she got lore. So this is Nice Long, code for New World. She's CEO of Long Corporation, which is a super powerful business in cyberpunk. Apparently, Long Corporation secretly controls a section of the virtual escape and uses it as a prison. I guess that's like the Matrix. I don't know though, because I've never seen the Matrix. But Clementine confronted Nice Long about this and got trapped in the Matrix. Whoa. But with the knowledge that she got from working there, and also her friend Freya, who was from Love Me Land in 2023, they broke out of prison. I think they're still like stuck in the Matrix, but like they're not in jail anymore, so that's cool. This is crazy though, like these are from 3 separate games. Why do we care about this? Ready for Just Dance 2025? Too bad, I'm coming in a mood. I don't Go drink water, girl. Nice One, the prequel. A fun little event that we got in between games where 2 maps nearly destroyed the fence. So there's Darkest Hour, which is less important. Nice One used to look like this, pretty slay. This map is her like at the beginning of getting powerful in her turnix or something. She like dances in front of a bunch of robot heads. I don't really know what's happening here. But like it looks evil, and it's an original song that's so bad that he keeps talking about dark flow and a bunch of mysterious evil stuff, so that's that. And then the big one, Murder on the Dance Floor. Beautiful map. Fun map. But, oh boy, okay. So it starts with this girl on Earth. Traveler comes out of the stand and takes her to the game. You can tell he's younger because he doesn't have a mustache. Her name is Lena Knox, and she's young, Nice One. Nice One was from Earth! And the Traveler brought her into the dance verses just like how Wanderlust brought Sarah. Whoa! Traveler shows her the dance verses and how to use the flow. Oh no. And she can make portals now. He's the reason she can make portals. He tries to send her back home, but she's like, nah, girl, I want to stay. So here's the problem. This is a love song. And they dance together, but they can't be a couple because that's weird. And then... in this one, they like hold hands and then they put their hands up, and here they're like holding hands and putting down. So it's not the same move, and they didn't confirm anything. And we're gonna revisit that because it gets worse. So, time for Just Dance 2025. This one was kind of mid, honestly, but we did get content out of it. So 2024 ends. All Jack's friends get taken away on a boat. We all scream for a whole year. I screamed so much, and it's not even done. And so now I present 2025 edition story mode. There's no story mode. So I don't know. Let's find out what this guy's up to. Guys, all anyone cares about is Payphone by Maroon 5. Yay! We're Student and the Bride are calling each other on payphones. because it's called payphone. They're thinking about what went wrong in their relationship. Their students think back to his bachelor party, which apparently was at a couple college students' apartment, because that is the exact same background as these two maps. Those are two little college boys. Why is this strange historical figure besties with a couple of college students? What does he sell them? But maybe they're implying that he was late to his wedding because he got too drunk at his bachelor party and he passed out. So maybe he didn't bring the Gagas out of prison, but we have a really solid theory of who did. This is Eva Chase, the code for paparazzi. She's a celebrity by day and a criminal by night, dresses kind of like Mickey Mouse. She's being hunted down by a detective named Iris, a coach for You Love Who You Love by Zara Larson. But like maybe they're enemies to lovers and maybe they want to they could kiss, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, Eva is a master escape artist. She's known for escaping prisons and wearing Mickey Mouse ears. So she might have been the one that Icona Pop was calling to break them out of prison. But back to payphone, we're students on the same street that the Gagas were on when they escaped. So like he's gotta have something to do with it. Like maybe he must have called them after he helped escape. So maybe him and Eva were working together? Maybe his circle of friends includes 2 college students and a master's in law. I don't know what this means, but I think that this name should be on the list. Anyway, they think about how happy they were, disputing grass in space, win or bad. And then we finally see them get married. Super cute. But actually, none of that happened. Yeah, he's just like sad. He's just kind of dead in the whole thing. Yeah. Maybe it's his imaginary wedding outfit was so ugly. Anyway, this is Cupid, the coach for One Last Time. She's Cupid, so she shoots arrows at people. She helps out 3 couples in this map that we've seen from previous games. We've got coaches for Side to Side and Shopping. There are another apparently. We've got Freak Freak and that guy. Imagine there's music, it'd be so funny. But actually, way back when Rasputin and the bride met in the background of Last Friday Night, he was trying to hit on the bride and she was just straight up ignoring her, watching Rasputin squat. So like, honestly, I feel bad for him and it's a good thing he found love. And then lastly, she helps out Grace and Ari. They were thinking about breaking up because they were high school seniors and they were worried about going to different colleges. But then Cupid shot a magic love arrow at them and everything's fine. Because that's how life works. Take notes, kids. She also tried to shoot an arrow at Rasputin and the bride in payphone, and you can see it in the background, but it missed them. Also, another fan streamer became a coach this year. This is Dina. She also won the first Just Dance Esports Olympics, which is a thing now, so that's cool. She doesn't have any more, but like I feel like I should mention her, so here she is. One more thing. I lied. There's a little bit of story mode. One map in your eyes, and it's a prequel map. And oh boy. So a traveler is in the Space-Time Hotel. He's mysteriously looking at her with Lita and Baby Jack. Jack sees the traveler do a spinny move. That's the same one that he was trying to learn in the beginning of Lockout of Heaven. But like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, they didn't confirm it. So like, we'll get back to this. So Lena was upset about this for some reason. She pops the portal over to Eternix. She dances around for a little bit. Someone's in the background watching, and it's Baby Mihai. They're so small. This is like an M&M you can put in your mouth. Lena meets Cygnus. It seems like this is the first time they've met, but I don't know. Maybe they kissed and had Baby Jack. I don't know. That was the Eurovision guy. Blah blah blah. He takes her up an elevator into some tower, and he shows her a prophecy. And the prophecy is very vague, but I'm gonna do my best to explain what the hell they're talking about. Bunch of magic glowy guys doing magic at a volcano, and then Night Swan shows up, and she does magic, and she turns it all evil. Ooh. And then she turns into Night Swan that we've seen in other games. She makes her swan soldiers, she takes over Eternix, and then she turns all the other dance forces evil too. Whoa! So Lita's like, hell yeah. She does the magical girl transformation into her outfit from Darkest Hour. And then she goes back to the Space-Time Hotel, and she takes Baby Jack back to Eternix with her. And then Traveler turns around and is like, whatever. So that's all Fall 2025 look. So now we can get back to what really matters. They're in love, and if Ubisoft says otherwise, I will be sad. Yes, I can make this work. Here's the evidence we have for the Traveler being Jack's dad. First off, they were in the same room. Who cares? Traveler's not even looking at his son. Is he just a bad dad who ignores his son? Maybe. But, like, I don't think Just Dance would do that. Also, babies wave at random people all the time. You see a baby and it's just staring at you. Like, when they leave or whatever, Jack doesn't hesitate. He doesn't look away at his dad. Wanderlust. That's not Wanderlust. Traveler doesn't really look that worried about them all being gone. He turns around and just looks kind of confused. That's what happens when you walk into a room and all your loved ones are gone. Next, the lore master said that Jack and Wander had something in common and that it's linked to their past. That doesn't sound good. But it could be anything. I mean, they both have powerful parents. They both have big expectations to live up to. They both have probably mommy and daddy issues. And then, number 3, the official Twitter account has been openly bullying shippers for years. Which just makes me mad. You don't even know. I can't talk about it now because I'm only 2 hours. If you ask me later about the friendship day incident. So now here's all the reasons why that's stupid. So I made a whole bulletin board for this.
Okay.
I'm gonna take you through everything. First off, because I said so. Here's my qualifications. If you need any reference, boom. I hereby declare that these two should obviously be boyfriends. Therefore, they can't be related. That's stupid. Next up, absent father Traveler. I don't know about that. Why would the Traveler lead his son with that lady? Maybe he just sucks, but like I don't think Just Dance would do that. He's supposed to be like the good guy, right? And then Wizard Jack. Jack's not a wizard. Traveler is a sorcerer who can make portals everywhere. Nice One is a sorceress who can make portals and also bird slaves. Jack can't do anything. Daddy, you can't make a child that pathetic. I love it. But there's gotta be some random useless man in there somewhere to make the little disaster that we all know about. There's no way. And then the timeline, no, doesn't add up. In Your Eyes shows baby Jack and baby Mihai at the same time, looking about the same age. Therefore, and because I said so, it's probably safe to assume that the whole girl gang is around the same age. So, for that to be the case, the Traveler would have to be a cheater. Would Just Dance actually make the good guy commit adultery? I don't know, this is an E10+ game. I think they would think that that's too complicated for the little baby. And then, lastly, the genetics. No. We know that Just Dance knows how genetics work. Because here we have the Traveler and Sihanova. Traveler, blue hair, blue eyes, magic. Sihanova, blueness, and magic. They make Wanderlust. Blue eyes, blue and also black hair, it makes sense. Trust me, I thought about it. Blueness, and magic. Now, if the Traveler and Nice One made Jack, blue hair, blue eyes, magic. Black and pink hair, pink eyes, magic. Green eyes, red hair, no magic. Where's he getting red hair then? Maybe it's like a recessive trait or something. No. I did a bunch of research, and it was way more complicated than I remember in grade school. And if you're like a science nerd, I don't care that this is your college and you're a bio major. Shut up. This is right. I did all the things, and he can only have blue hair or black hair. There's no red anywhere in here. No. So he couldn't get red hair or green eyes from his dad. Couldn't get them from his mom either. So like, there's got to be some mystery man in here with red hair and green eyes. Or what if Nice One's not even his girl? What if she kidnapped him as a baby? Maybe she just like abducted some random kid from Earth. Or do we know any Just Dance couple that could give Jack red hair and green eyes? We sure do. This is my proudest moment. Green eyes, red hair, boy band aesthetic, complete disaster. Actually, a while ago they made a little post where they were probably joking and they were like, I'm not sure who's the real dad, but I know which one I'd pick. That guy's just a random cowboy. No. This guy, I just went over it. Don't dare. Cygnus, probably not, but like maybe. That means you're student. So imagine the bride and her student have a baby before getting engaged. At the end of last Friday night, they kind of like walk off together and they look like they have plans, so maybe they have plans. And then the three of them go to a party at the Spacetime Hotel one day. Traveler's got this big house, he throws parties. Baby Jack wanders off, he gets lost. And he finds the room where Traveler's doing magic stuff, and he's like, ooh, that's glowy, and I'm 5, I'm gonna stare at it. Night One origin story happens, blah, 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 we went over this. And then when Night One comes back, she's like, I'm gonna need an heir to my empire. This kid likes shiny objects, I'll take him. Having lost their child, Rasputin and the bride are devastated, and it takes a toll on their relationship. The Lady Gaga coaches are trapped in Night One's prison. Iconopop calls Rasputin for help. And he's like, maybe Jack is in there too. Maybe I can get him back, and I can save our family. So he gets his friend Eva Chase to help break everyone out. They break everyone out, but Jack's not there, so he's sad. He gets sadder. He turns to alcohol. He's getting too drunk at his bachelor party, falling asleep, missing the wedding. And this is the last straw for the bride, so she loses it, and she ghosts him. And it's all Night One's fault. Get her! So to summarize, this lady sucks. This guy needs a hug. This guy should have gotten his hug by now, but no, he's been waiting 2 years because Ubisoft is mean. This guy and the blue guy are in love, and if anyone tells me they're related, I will cry in front of him. These guys are all wonderful, and they deserve to be happy, and I miss them, and my blue boy, and it all goes back to the students.